I recently went to this dune buggy show just to see what's going on in the scene, and it's happening. This type of car has been built for decades. It started out with simple tube frame and advanced into this fiberglass body. At the car show, you see all kinds, and people just dig them. The early dune buggies are super desirable. They're still around, but they're harder to get. What you're seeing a lot of is reproduction stuff with really high-tech performance goods. The cool factor in this type of car is that it's super unique. They're about having a good time, and everybody does it their own way. The Myers-Manx is kind of the standard. It has the reputation of being the coolest, most sought-after classic fiberglass buggy. Yeah, the fellow across the way said that this was the original, the real deal Manx. I guess this one sits on an original VW floor pan that's shortened. And just looking around it, you can see a lot of the parts are all VW Bug. Seeing all these dune buggies got me charged up. I'm ready to get this thing going. Don claims to have an old fiberglass buggy and a chassis back in one of his shops. He's got like 5 buildings, huge, all full of cars. He said just kind of look around. I guess there's a lot of stuff in here. He's not sure where it is. There's got to be a million cars here, and it's been sitting for decades. This car could be anywhere. Don's got stuff piled on top of stuff.
Ian wanders around the boneyard here looking at this and scratching his head all the time. And I asked him, what are you thinking about? He goes, the next project. So we have lots of stuff here to work with.
The whole game plan here is search and destroy. It's gonna be a lot of digging, fighting a lot of cobwebs, but if he says it's here, I bet it is. He's got a pretty good memory.
There's stuff that can be hot rods out there. They could be gassers. They could be lead sleds. There's a variety of cars that I have here.
There's just so much stuff here. Maybe I'm not gonna build the fiberglass buggy. He's got a bunch of tube frame rails. He's got some Jeeps. There's all kinds of stuff. If I don't find this buggy, it's definitely gonna be something in these buildings. Now this is slick. Oh man. This Sterling is kind of a funky car. It's probably why it's sitting back here in the shop. They have a look, but it's not the look I need. Everybody's got their taste in vehicles. You look at Don's collection, he's got Mustangs, muscle cars, bitchin' trucks. I pull out the junky old dune buggy from the back corner. This is what I'm looking for. Perfect. It's pretty freaking rough, but these bodies weigh like 150 pounds. This is perfect. He's got a chassis here. It looks like it's 68 or 70. It's all here. All the brakes are here, emergency brake, steering, suspension, transmission. This must have been somebody's buggy project that they never got to. This is perfect. This buggy's the real deal. It's a 60s survivor. I don't know where it came from. Don's wife, all growing up, her family vacations were dune buggies at the dunes. It could be her father's, mother's, brother's, cousin's, uncles. There was a lot of dune buggies going on in this family, and this thing's still here, untouched for decades.
That old dune buggy body was something that my father-in-law had dug up years ago out in the desert from a guy that his son had crashed it. So the front end has pretty much been busted off of it, the gel coat shot, and it is in really rough condition. It really needed to be cut up and thrown in the trash can. It was that bad.
It's like a Halloween costume. I love it. See, this is super light. This is perfect. Done. Let's drive it. The only thing I can see for me as a down point is the body is thrashed. It seems like the nose was either broken off or cut off. There's a really bad patch job across the whole front of the car. The car was segmented at some point in its life.
It should be straight now. It all sits on the floor now.
Yeah, because that was the thing too. The whole thing was like, it was really crooked.
It was put on like that.
It's like somebody had it set up on a freaking crate on one side and then glassed it together. I was really hoping that this thing might be sanded and actually a nice glossy paint job on it, but Smiley's super busy. What he did was what I asked him. He got the thing back in action. Structurally, it's there. I gotta take it, sand it down, Bondo it, and get it ready for paint. Well, that's the thing, man. I think I could do all the finished body work. It was just this structure that I was clueless. I wanted to be sure it was done right.
He works pretty much exactly like an artist in the studio works. He has an idea, and he musters the resources that he needs to make it happen. And he's got a number of projects going at the same time. But he works pretty much as if a painter would be working in the studio. He's got everything there. I don't think he really even works with assistants much. He certainly doesn't work on a kind of a manufacturing kind of capacity. He's definitely hand building everything with hand tools in a studio situation. It's not a factory. That's unique craftsmanship, that's unique artistry. And I mean, because he's designing stuff completely on his own, I would not put those in any other different category than like fine art. The fact it's got wheels and motors, that doesn't make any difference at all. I think he's making art. I don't think he'll admit it.
Brought the body back to Don's. I put it on the chassis and I want him to check it out. I got a couple good ideas and I think he'll go for it. This is the car that was all the way in the back there, and I think it's got potential. It looks rough, but it ain't that rough. What I'm gonna have to do is shorten the chassis. This is a stock bug floor pan. It was laying in the back there too, but you can see how the tires are out of place.
With the body sitting on the pan, the pan hasn't been shortened yet. It looks a little odd. It's still looking a little rough around the edges, but I have a lot of faith in Ian on this project. Well, this would be great. This would be a little go-around deal for the wife around the yard here.
It's a pretty unique body. That's why I picked it.
It's gonna be cool. To see this old girl come back to life is gonna be really, really something. Seeing it a rolling project now looks a lot better than seeing where it was before. And it's starting to come along. It's still rough, but there's hope at the end of the tunnel here.
Don's got a body and a chassis. I got a VW engine and a few other parts. I think this thing can come together quick. Right on, man. Well, I'm gonna wheel it out of here and get to it.
Okay.
After I left Don's, I gave this car a good coat of primer. It's pretty much ready for fabrication. I got it back here in my shop and it's time to start the fun part. The stock VW Bug is 15 inches longer than this fiberglass body, so the first step is to cut this thing in half. For a lot of people, cutting a car in half would be a real trial. I've done this so many times, it's like a 2-hour process. I'm gonna cut this chassis in half, shorten to 15 inches, and get on with it. The whole mode of how I'm putting this thing together is to work through it as quickly as possible. I'm gonna get the structure in place and then put whatever linkages I need in later. Shortening this chassis isn't a big deal for me, but I'm really making it mine. It's finally, I'm doing some work on it. It's been just conceptual up to this point, so it's cool because I'm starting to make some decisions. Inside the VW pan, there's a whole bunch of stuff. You have cables that control the heater, you have a throttle cable, you have a clutch cable, you have emergency brake cables, you have a shifter rod, and a brake hose, the brake line. When I put the engine in, I'm gonna put all these tubes back in the chassis, so I'm not even concerned with it at this point. The deal. You see, there's really nothing to it. It's pretty straight ahead. So I'm making all the cuts just a little bit short of where they should be. The idea being I'll slip this thing together and slowly make cuts until it fits within 1/16 of an inch so I can weld it nice. I pushed the chassis back together, shortened the wheelbase. It looks great. I'm gonna weld it up and put the body on. It's the first time with the proper wheelbase. I knew that this body was built for a VW chassis, but this is a later model than the body was. These were for 60s Beetles that had a swing axle. This is probably a 1970 or so. So I really wanted to put the body on once the chassis was shortened and be sure it fit. I never knew if it would fit until now. All my calculations are correct. Put the body back on the chassis, it looks great. I'm stoked. Now it's down to just getting the dune buggy specific parts put together. The whole idea with a roll cage is you just want room to live. You know, if something goes wrong, you want the passenger and the driver protected. The roll cage is the silhouette. It's the big part of the proportion of the car. I just want to make sure that it looks right. This hoop fits the car perfectly. It's definitely too tall. I designed it that way so I can adjust it. It's really just about making the second hoop and then putting the crossbars in. It's all about how I fit in the car. Don has got piles and piles of stuff. I found these two cool seats in one of his shops, and they fit the bill. When I'm setting up a car, sit in it, it's all about how I fit. If the seat fits me, it's gonna fit almost everybody. Yeah, that windshield height's perfect. So the back hoop will be just above my head, and I'll have two tubes going forward. So, same deal as this. I'm gonna make one more hoop, cut 4 bars to cross over the center and go back and attach it to the car body. You can see these bodies are made to have this exact style roll cage. See how it fits in perfect down the corner? It's like when they did the glass, they designed it to have a roll cage in there. So you see it fits right in. This is good for me. I mean, there's plenty of leg room. You know, by shortening the car, you think, oh, we're gonna make it unusable, but remember, this Bug was a 4-seater, as small as it is, so I'm actually sitting where the front seats should be, just a little bit further back. Everything looks good. I just need to make the cross members on the roll cage, and it's a done deal. The whole thing with this is usability. It's gonna put some structure back in it because this fiberglass is pretty beat up, but this design is really so you can get in and out really easy. You know, you got some monkey bars to hold on to. So that's the deal. You know, when you're going around the dunes and you need something to hold on to, you got it. And then to get out, you got a handle. And it looks cool. Ever since I started this project, I've been thinking about the engine. Searching around at Don's, as usual, he's got so much stuff. I find an electric motor for a forklift. Just in a pile of parts, you know, there's this electric motor, there's a bunch of switches, speed controllers, just electric stuff. Just got me thinking. I mean, an electric dune buggy, nobody's got that. I have to put power to it and see what it's gonna do. It's a pretty sad state. This motor sounds more like a siren or something. It's really grinding, it's whining. Electric motors are typically silent, and this one sounds like something terrible. It'll be the only dune buggy with a real, authentic engine sound. The crazy thing is this motor is operating. I put 6 volts and then 12 volts to it. It spins free. It's just making a weird noise. Full speed ahead with this program. I don't care what it sounds like as long as it works. This motor has to plug in to that shaft. This shaft is what spins the gearbox. That's basically what we gotta do is stick that thing onto that thing. The big challenge in this motor swap is the coupler. I'm having to create some kind of a cockamamie idea that mates this forklift motor to the Volkswagen transaxle. The coupler's gotta be strong and it's gotta be balanced. I found a shaft that matches the VW transaxle. I got a collar that matches that diameter shaft, and I'm gonna weld it together and run it. I just transferred these holes to this square frame. So this face goes up against the transaxle. The same bolt pattern as the Volkswagen engine, and they're centered so that the two drive shaft things are lined up. I put together some really hairy contraptions. This thing is pretty dialed in. It's loose, but it's gonna work. It seems like it's gonna work. That fits the Volkswagen transaxle. What do you think about that? It's gotta work. I'm going off the standard VW gearbox, so it has a neutral, which is perfect. I don't have to worry about the tires spinning. So it's kind of a safety mode. I'm just gonna hook up the motor and run it, see what happens with no stress on it. The big question mark is, how does this thing spin? So being in neutral and running it 6 volt and then 12 volt, it's cool. It's not perfectly balanced, but it's damn good. This part of the process is the final step. As long as we get this speed controller mounted, it's onto the paintwork. Nothing in this build has been that big of a challenge except for the electronic components. That's the big task here in the whole project.
Making progress?
Yeah, I did exactly what you said on your sketch. I couldn't get 4 6-volt batteries, so I mixed it up. I got a golf cart battery, a truck battery, a boat battery, and a forklift battery. So it's kind of like Tetris in here, but it works.
Well, it looks like everything's hooked up properly. And then this is your switch circuit here?
I couldn't find a slide switch or a rotary. So you know, with the 6 volt, it was really just a bump to get it rolling.
Okay.
So it's push button, so it'll go. 6 will just get you rolling, and then that's cruising speed. The second gear is 12 volts. Third gear is 24 volts. And because I don't know if that 36 is gonna fly, I just put it on a momentary. If it seems like it's gonna work, we could just put a switch there. So let's see if it works.
Yeah, just run it. That is rad, man. I'm telling you what. I didn't think it'd go that quick. And he's still got 4 gears.
It's a little spooky when right out of the box it works, you know? Speed controllers operated fine. There's power, there's speed. We're ready to rock.
See that? It worked. That is brilliant. Dude!
Totally works.
Right on. Awesome.
Yeah. Now that this car is running, I looked at it driving around a little bit. It's kind of bland. The body's a cool shape, but it's just one big blank thing. No trim work, nothing. It's just a shape. I want to do some kind of graphic thing. It's got to be an exciting car. It's a fun car, so I got to come up with something cool. Graphics are really time consuming. 3M gave us a whole ton of tape, so I'm gonna use every bit of it. I'm gonna tape off the whole body of this car and come up with a cool graphic job. I got a silver car, I want red stripes, so I'm gonna tape it off everywhere so that the only part that gets the paint is where I want the red. The wild thing about this is I have so many lines going on, I'm not gonna know what it looks like until it's painted. This is just an idea. The whole deal is it's got to be symmetrical, and it's a million pieces of tape on this, so they got to seam together flawlessly, because if the tape doesn't line up, the paint doesn't look right, doesn't look pro. I don't have a lot of experience with paint, so I really don't know what this is going to look like until it's finished. Really, once the clear coat is on, that's the finished result, and a painter that's done this knows where he's going. I'm just going. Eastwood gave us a whole urethane kit. It's got this red base coat. You just thin it out. It has no catalyst. It's super easy to use. You just mix it and spray it. Worked out really good. I didn't talk to Don about any graphics. He saw the car primered and loved it, so I hope when I show it to him, it flies. It's kind of dim where I was spraying it, so I rolled this car out in the sun to check it out, and it's pretty much the moment of truth. Did I make it? I started peeling it back, and the glitter was just popping. The sunlight was hitting that, it looked great. And then Don shows up.
I don't know, Ian, red's not one of her favorite colors. Oh, but that glitter sure looks nice.
Even though red might not be her favorite color, come on. Every gal is a fiend for glitter.
She loved the glitter.
Right? Look at that metal flakes.
Oh, wow. That's really starting to come alive now. That looks really cool.
When Don saw this thing in the sunlight, he was sold right there. He thought Patty, even though red wasn't her favorite color, he thinks she's gonna dig it. Not only do you have glittering lightning bolts, but you got a double red line there.
That looks really cool.
I'm stoked that the paintwork happened. That was a little touch and go, but it worked out perfect. So once this base coat sets up a little, I'll clear coat it, and then really it's just like put on the headlights, put in the interior, and she's ready to roll. I think 3 days is good.
Yeah, when he pulled the tape off and it was done, and the clear coat was the next step, I knew it was going to come alive then. It looks absolutely great. Wonderful, wonderful.
Be just in time for her birthday, man.
Be perfect.
Hope
Be a
she
great
likes it.
surprise. Oh, she's going to love it.
All right.
Okay, I'm going back to work.
I'll be here. This isn't a really technical paint job, but it's way further than where I was going originally. And that's the thing, once you get excited about something, just keep going with it. Finally got the car all dialed in. Road tested it for a while. Seats are in, carpet's laid. It's time to show it to her. Don and I are gonna reveal the dune buggy, and I really hope Patty likes it.
She knows we've been working on something. She doesn't know what we've been working on. So I think this is gonna be a total thrill for her. She's been around the dune buggy stuff all her life. Her dad used to take her out, cruising the desert many, many, many times. And she's such a tomboy. This is gonna work out perfect for her.
Don't walk me into something.
And here is your birthday present.
Oh, I like the red. Wow, this is, oh, and you carpeted it. This is totally cool.
No gas, all electric.
Oh, wow.
You can hot rod this around all you want around the compound here.
That's so neat. And it has the hubs just like the race car.
Just like Dad's race car.
That's awesome. This is gonna be so much fun.
Hot damn, she loved it. She really, really loved it.
It's way cool. I like that it's sparkly, and I like the red. The pinstripes and everything on it is really cool, draws a lot of attention. It's way cool, I like it.
Yeah, we actually found this back in the shop way back at the end. It was buried under a bunch of stuff, and we restored the whole thing.
That is so cool.
The thing that Patty responded to most was all the reused parts. We're on the same wavelength in that she's not looking to spend a bunch of money. She doesn't want a super fancy car. So the fact that we used all the stuff that was around her family's compound really turned her on.
All of those parts are repurposed from something else. I mean, I don't think he spent hardly a dime on it except for maybe some headlights and a couple other things. I mean, we're into this thing for next to nothing.
So the whole deal is it drives just like a car with the brake and steering, but there's no gas pedal. You just have this switch. So if it's in neutral, the motor just turns on.
Really?
And that's it. That's all you do, is on and off. And there's different speeds. So you don't have to shift. That's your shifter.
I think my favorite thing that Ian did with the car is going electric with it. I think that is just way cool. And it shows how talented he is.
I was kind of nervous because it's electric, so it's different. It's completely different. So I wanted to drive it, but I was also nervous about damaging it or doing something. But it's really cool to drive. It's a lot of fun. I love it!
The cool factor about this whole build was that Patty's family was into dune buggies. I mean, for years, like old school when the thing first happened. So to restore this original survivor and give it back to her, it's like it came full circle.
As far back as I can remember, my dad, he always raced cars and he always had dune buggies. We always went to Pismo, and he had a Myers-Manx, and it was a lot of fun. And just looking at this makes me remember how much fun I had with my dad and with my sisters. And I'm not a girly girl, I'm total tomboy, so this is totally perfect.
Don was totally stoked. His big issue was this was a gift to Patty. He didn't want to end up in the doghouse, so me pulling this off for Don was really like an ace in the hole.
Yeah, Ian did such a wonderful job on that, and my wife is so happy. I don't think we could have got her a better birthday gift than this. It was absolutely fantastic.
I got the old Sterling chassis from Victor. You know, it was a runner. I shortened it and put in a screen floor in typical old school buggy style. Thing is, after kind of ruminating on it a bit, I decide I'm only going to use a piece of it. The VW suspension is bulletproof. It's a great choice. That's why they make dune buggies out of it. But I'm not looking for a great choice. I'm looking for something different, something unique. The big departure from every other old school dune buggy is I'm not using the Volkswagen front suspension. So first thing, off with the front. All of my ideas have been leading up to this. I've just been thinking about it. Basically, I have to build it complete to see if it works. Another leap of faith. All right, start of a great project. Whole new turn of events. In losing that Volkswagen suspension, I want to kind of lend a hot rod flavor to this. Concept for the front axle and suspension is basically Model A. Model A tie rod and components. Model A front spring. Model A hubs and spindles. You can smell it, it's very old, don't you think? It's disinterested. It's just, dune buggies don't get the passion they deserve. Look at this. He's on Victor's team. I got a piece of pipe that will be the axle, and I'm putting the spindles, kingpins, hubs, and rims of the Model A car on it. So it'll have a radius rod, basically the same formula you'd see on a hot rod front suspension, except for this. This is the trick element of this design. Typically on a car like a Model A, your leaf spring is mounted in the center on this perch, so you just have a spring action. And I mean, it does articulate a bit, but you're always flexing the spring. What this does, with these shackle bolts, this piece here goes inside it, and it allows the entire front axle to swing without putting pressure on the spring. In other words, if you're coming up on a sand dune and this front tire lifts, it would potentially cause the rear tire to unweight and lose traction. So as you come onto the different terrain, the whole front axle swings and it leaves the two rear tires planted. That's really the one thing that sets this car apart from the rest, you know, the cool factor of, oh yeah, it looks like a hot rod, but it also does this articulating thing, which gives it traction in the sand. So now we've got the patient on the operating table. It's time to get funky. I trimmed it up a little bit to fit the Volkswagen suspension. And hey, it's a dune buggy, you know, it can look a little chopped up. That's what I want. I want it to look like a mutant. Don't be distracted by the crusty look. This is not a rat rod. This thing is gonna shine up. The thing about this car is in shortening the chassis, the wheelbase got really shrunk up. It's purely visual, you know. Maybe if you tried it again and again, you'd come up with a formula for ultimate performance. I'm just going for the visual aspect of it. It's gotta look long and lean. Yes. Looking through my dark helmet, everything seems to be perfect. I'm using this really heavy 2-inch tube, 1/8 wall. See where I'm going with this? And I'm just trying to create a truss structure to extend the wheelbase and keep it really strong. All that noise and sparks and stuff is all led up to this. You got your pivot, check. You got your sleeve that allows clearance to the fitting, check. That goes on there, check. And then you got your thrust washer, trap it all together. I call this pivot a success. I mean, theoretically, this axle could swing 360. If it wasn't on the table, it could literally just go around the clock. Everything about the suspension looks great, but the one issue is I gotta figure out how to steer it. My mission today is to get this thing steering by a steering wheel and on 4 tires. This was one of the things I was looking forward to at this project. I mean, who has this kind of weird contraption welded to the front of their Volkswagen? Like everything in this car, there's nowhere to mount this box. I just made a quick plate with the bolt pattern. I'm gonna stick it on there and then weld something to it. Making mutants is all my business. I'm used to this kind of stuff, so merging a Volkswagen steering shaft with a golf cart steering box and a Model A suspension, no problemo. Cut, weld, assemble. Steering box is now part of the car. What do you think? Still skeptical. I'm making progress, whether you like it or not. This is the steering column and the wheel off the Sterling. So you can see it's got that old school, funky vibe. And this is gonna have to get put in here somehow. My goal with this entire project is it's found object art piece. That truly is how these old school buggies were made. You know, I've been doing research, all these magazines and everything. Before there were kit cars, people actually made vehicles for the sand by hand. You got steering. You know, the wheel's way up, out of shape, but I'll be able to tailor this height-wise and distance from the seat back once I get some seats. I really want to put this on the ground. Test of this design is what happens when the wheels travel. There's going to be some feedback into the steering wheel for sure. I just don't know how much until I test it. Ready to witness the greatness? Check it out. Look at that. Smooth. So not only do you have the up and down bounce, but without the bounce, you have this swivel. That's a lot of suspension travel. This is what I've been waiting to see. You know, I wanted to get these 4 wheels on the ground and see how it operates, so it is a small victory. So the idea here, I mean, you see guys with Jeeps doing this all the time. So you got articulation in the suspension, but the 2 back tires are still planted flat. You know, even at that angle, it steers well, and that's the whole thing. You're cruising on a dune, your rear's not losing traction. This is exactly what I was hoping to achieve. That's the big satisfaction about this career I've chosen. It's taking all these mixed up ideas and getting to build them and try them out. And sometimes you actually succeed. It's pretty awesome. Yes, we need seats. I understand that's next. Starting to look the part. You know, there's a few other things I need for sure. I think it's time to get back on the hunt. Decided to swing by my friend Robin's workshop. I'm really hoping to pick up some seats from him for my dune buggy. Walking in right away, it feels like home. There's stuff everywhere. This guy's got the treasure. This looks like my kind of place. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Man, good to see you.
It's been a while. You got stuff. I have a couple seats, Italian car seats from the 50s.
Yeah.
They're nice. I kind of don't want to beat them up and change them.
I have a couple Italian cars from the 50s.
Right. Couldn't keep my eyes off of that.
Yeah, this is a
crazy.
56 Vespa Ape, and it's a coffee cart, and I really just fell in love with it.
Yeah,
It's
me
just-
too. That's the crazy thing. It is basically a scooter, but it's a pickup truck. And it's steel, right? Is it aluminum or steel?
It's all steel. If you could fit in this.
Oh, yeah. This is my kind of ride. Man, definitely cool, for sure.
I'm taking Ian around my garage, and there's just a lot of stuff that he had never seen before.
So what's this?
So if you don't fit in the 3-wheeler, the next upgrade is the 4-wheeler.
4 wheels, 2 wheels, and 3 wheels.
Yeah, if you get 2 Vespa scooters and,
Right.
and you weld them together side by side, you get,
That's what you get.
yeah, Vespa 400.
The clincher for me is this 4-wheeled Vespa car. It's a micro car. And when I say micro, I can't stress that enough. Robin's up in the rafters. There's dust coming out of every corner. I don't know what he's doing up there. Whoa.
Yeah, I pulled these out of my junior high math class. These are actual Herman Miller chairs.
He's saying these are Herman Miller chairs, school chairs or something. I guess they were a mass-produced item, and now today they're collectible. Dude, these are perfect. I'm looking at these things like, this is perfect. They're very light, they're fiberglass, they've got the 60s flavor. Yeah, these I think are right for me. We just got to come to some kind of arrangement, because if they're worth a fortune.
Well, I just saw a pair like this go on eBay for $1,200.
That would make my car worth at least $1,300. These are awesome.
Are you happy with this trade?
Yes, this works for me. I need those seats, and he needs them seats, and now everybody's sitting pretty.
Unbelievable. I mean, this is like the best possible case scenario for my project and hopefully for his project.
I'd say mission accomplished. These seats are a good step-off point to get the rear section of this buggy in action. I got these seats back from Robin, and they are dune buggy seats, 100%. Not too shabby, huh? It's the weirdest thing, just like with Robin's car, the seats look one way, but then when we're in her car, it's the opposite. And this has the opposite effect. It makes this car look much bigger than it did. But the question is, do I fit? Sometimes you never know what you're getting yourself into until you just go for it. The thing I needed with this project was minimal offset of my big carcass. You know, I needed a thin fiberglass shell so I could sit back in the vehicle, and these were exactly that. What do you think? I think he's into it. Typically with an off-road roll bar, you want it as strong as possible. So you make all your measurements, you fit it in, weld it. Roll bar is primarily for looks, like most of the old dune buggies, so I could pull it off by using 2 pieces. Speed buggy roll cage. You know, it's just enough to represent off-road. Real crash scenario, I don't think any of them did much. And hey, I got nothing to lose. Take the body off, mount some seats. This is a small car, no doubt about it. I just had to figure out where the steering wheel felt comfortable, so got him in there and shortened up the steering column to match me. So you got your roll bar for support, steering wheel, 1 seat. Perfect. Let's see. That's what this has all been leading up to. I want that cartoon monster feel, you know? That's the whole idea here. Big giant ape in a little car. Whoa. I knew from the jump I wanted to use a beer keg for a gas tank. Beer keg fits behind the seats perfectly. Don't need a ton of fuel in this thing. It's got a stock Volkswagen engine. That goes right into place as it should. This is exactly what would be in a vintage dune buggy. That Sterling was a period piece. So what it is, I think it's a big bore, single port with this carb adapter. So it's probably high compression. I mean, it ripped in that Sterling. It really moved out. It's a good engine. So I think in this lighter vehicle, it's gonna be all right. The engine wasn't this nice in the Sterling. You know, the innards are what they are. I just took off all the sheet metal, cleaned it, painted it, reassembled it. So it's as it was in that car, and you could see it did some pretty hairy burnouts. I envisioned this whole car from the start having a Model A grill shell. You know, that's the whole hot rod look. Just chopped it down. I put this mesh in here. Nothing says hot rod like Model A. And basically, it sits like that. still unimpressed. If I was building a Corvette or something, he'd probably be like, you know, dogs love Corvettes. So this is mechanically there. I could literally hook up a battery and some cables and brake hoses and drive it. But cosmetically, it's not what I need. I need something that's just like, pow, you know. I like the funky style. You know, I want it to be like, whoa, nobody looks past it. So that's the challenge. You know, black car, red rims, everybody's seen it. I gotta get to thinking. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it, so it's time to get busy. Color says everything about a vehicle. You know, this is a good time, fun toy. It's not like a scary looking mean machine. You could really give the vehicle different flavor with a different color. I want that light reflectivity of a white base coat, something that really is blinding in the sunlight. In addition to some of this stuff. I called Little Daddy Roth. He's hooked me up with a lot of metal flake for different projects. And he has this new stuff called Snowblind White. White dune buggy, white metal flake. What could improve on that? Some of this. This is glow in the dark, top secret. Something about the late 60s, early 70s, you know, you had this like monster fed, cartoon monster stuff. I remember like glow in the dark model kits were a huge thing. I want the car to reflect that time period. So, you know, I'm thinking, I have not seen a glow in the dark dune buggy. This might be the next big thing. Every time I've used metal flake with auto paint, I just mix up about a half a cup and then I pour the stuff in there. How much do I put in? I don't know. I'm gonna dump a lot in there. Oh man, that's fantastic. And I'm gonna put a lot of this in. Because this hopefully will change the color to more of this eerie glow yellow tone. Do I need that much glow? I don't know. I don't want to have not enough. Like almost everything I do, there's no way to figure out if it's gonna work or not without just doing it. So I'm gonna paint up a couple parts and test it out. So it has the effects I was hoping for. You can see it's like a frosted effect, and I'm gonna bury all this in clear, of course. This is just the first application. The thing I wasn't sure of, but I'm very excited about, is the glow green. It's still white, but it has like this greenish aura coming off of it. My theory from the start was that it looks pretty mellow during the day, but at night, it's party time. The only way to test it is put that rim in the dark room and see if it worked. One thing I know is when I turn the lights off, that bottle of stuff glowed. But once you mix it with paint and put it on something, I just don't know if that is going to still happen. So this is the test. This is what it looks like in the daytime. And that's what it looks like at night. That is totally cool. It's a glowing Model A rim. It's exactly what I had hoped for. So I'm just thinking what I want white. And I know I definitely want that top ridge of the body and all those embossed lines to be white. So I'm gonna mask all that stuff off first. The whole thing is the majority of this car will be masked simply because it's gonna remain white. So what I'm doing here, I've decided it's gonna have two candy green pinstripes. This very thin white section here is a stripe, and this thick section here, so the center of these panels will be masked. So you'll have a heavy one with a nice round corner and like a tight little outline. Probably would be easy enough to just pinstripe this line, but I'm not a pinstriper, that's why I'm taping the heck out of it. So as long as the tape looks okay to your critical eye, I'm gonna spray this thing. I'm just gonna mix up some of this candy green I got from Eastwood. So looking at the value of this green, it's very green. I don't know what it's gonna look like on white. Well, wait a second, yes I do. So that's very thick for paint, for spray, but it's gonna be somewhere like that. One thing I know is that dune buggies sparkle. I'm gonna use this Little Daddy Roth metal flake all over the car. The green's a nice color, but I think with a little action in it, it's gonna be even better. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. The thing about this is once you spray it, it's a lot of work to go backwards, you know? Especially putting a pigment over white, you'd have to sand the thing back and start over, so you don't know what it looks like until you pull off the masking paper. The thing I'm trying to do with this is like keep it lighthearted, you know? It's not like a badass, nasty hot rod. It's a beach buggy. Sunny day at the beach, you know? What looks cool? What looks like a fun thing to do? This car. The whole thing I was going for with this was like following the lines of the car. So like a vintage pinstripe would simply be around the contour of the body. And that's what you get. Double line, one fat, one skinny. Surprise, surprise, pulling this tape off, it's happening. You like it? Stepping back and looking at it, I really like the way it came out. I think it just needs one more thing. Dune buggies sparkle. I had a Roadster pickup truck years ago. Tried some gold, didn't work out. Round two, here we go. Tried this gold thing before and it hasn't worked out in my favor, so, you know, hopefully time heals all wounds, you know, I'm a little more mature now. This time I might be able to pull it off. It's the whole thing with the gold car, you know, here I am again with this gold flake, and I'm just gonna dust it on the car until it looks right. The challenge here is to be subtle and less, you know, more Elvis, less Liberace. Progress-wise, everything's really fleshing out. You know, the paint scheme is looking good, all the fabrication is basically complete. It's all about getting this whole setup to the event, you know. Building's fun, cruising this thing's gonna be even cooler. Number one about the car is first impression, right? It's got that cartoon, old school hot rod vibe. The paddle tires take it to the next level. You know, I got the thing pinstriped, it's looking good, it's all polished out. I met up with Court, he's the main guy that runs this event.
People are really excited about seeing this car. You did a fantastic job. Adding the body to it just makes this so unique. It just has this unique, complete retro vibe with this kind of hot rod thing thrown on it, and it's a really cool buggy. Can you tell me just a little bit about this paint? Because it looks, at first you think it's been out in the sand. Right?
That was the idea. Court was really responding to the paint job. You know, I had my idea of what it was gonna look like, but him coming in, you know, fresh to it, he's like, this almost looks like the sparkling sands of a beach. It's like a white flake, and then I used a gold flake. So when you're looking at it, it looks like the beach.
It does, it totally does.
I saw his car years ago and was so inspired by it. That was the basis for me for creating this pan buggy in that style. When you get up next to it, you know, you can feel the history. You see the way his car is set up with the Model T steering and all this 60s vibe in the build characteristics.
So this is my dad's car. He was the original owner. It was built in 1967, 68, so it's a 50-year-old car. The original roll bar were stainless steel swimming pool handrails.
Awesome.
Okay.
When I heard that story, I was like, primo. That's where I'm coming from.
All these buggies from the 50s and 60s were home built, much like you did, right?
With all old parts.
Yeah.
I saw your car in Hot VW's magazine years ago, and I wanted to build something styled after your front suspension.
Yeah, how did the front suspension work out for you?
It works great. The thing about this suspension design in Court's and my car is that it is specifically designed for these tight sand dunes. The only way I can describe this place, it's like a skate park for cars. If you see any skateboarders on TV in a big concrete jungle, that's what this is, but it's a sand skate park for cars. I've been to the sand dunes before with different cars, but I've never experienced the authentic old school buggy ride. You're sand in your teeth. I should have brought goggles. The car's ripping it though. It's a wild ride. I'm having a great time. This is one thing I've always wanted to do. I mean, it's very satisfying. I've had a couple other buggies, but this one exceeds the thrill factor of the others. It's totally cool. The wonderful expanse of the desert allows every one of us to really hoard some good stuff.
Hey, Ian.
And my friend John is no exception. Oh, wow, look at that. Right out the gate, I spot treasure. This is cool. It's like a Baja Bug, but for drag racing almost, with these tires on it. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of my weird creations.
Well, see, this has got the real 70s flavor, you know?
I love it.
I was born in 1970, so 70s vehicles were reminiscent of all the flavors that I came up with. There's something to be said for this style ride too, man. That's my first love, is that styling period, and I'm trying to make that translate into this new project. Take me to your treasure trove.
I got all the goodies out here in the back.
It's like he has his own little paradise out in the middle of this wasteland.
This is basically the junk pile, but I think you'll like what I have out here because I think this is what you're going to be really interested in.
There's the jewel on the lot right there. That's what I'm talking about. My passion, at the root of it, is weird cars. So, hey, it only lends itself to all the fiberglass kit cars that were built in the 70s. Oh, I got a thing for fiberglass buggies. You don't know, I've done a couple of them in the past. This is a later model because it's more square. The earlier ones were very round.
There's so much you can do with it. There's no really structural damage or anything to it.
No, this is in great shape. The thing I like most about fiberglass buggies specifically is that they're lightweight, they're super strong, and they just look cool. Depends what world you're living in, but in my world, all these elements add up to the perfect wedding gift. I think this is definitely the move.
If you're interested in this, I'll make you a good deal on it. And like I say, I'd love to see what your final product is with it.
Say no more. This is just a bare body, so now we're on to the other pile of parts. I think I got what it takes to make this thing come together. Some people collect watches, some people collect artwork. My favorite thing is used car parts. Everybody's got to have a little Volkswagen scrapyard, and I got a little one too. Bottom line is I've got quite a bit of VW stuff. I've had this little bug project for a while. Somebody cut it in half and they were going to shorten it and never got any further. In looking at it now, I could tell right away it's way too short. That's not a candidate as I had hoped. First thought with this project was this sandrail that I had sitting back here. You know, first thing, it's pink. Gals love pink, so do I. More I looked at it, I was like, well, this is supposed to be, you know, a really good wedding gift. So to give her something that throws sand in her face probably isn't the best idea. We don't want sand in the teeth, and we don't want to get cooked by the sun, but we want a cool ride. Have no fear, we have more options in Honest Ian's used VW Emporium. One cool thing is I have this stock length floor pan, and it's got surface rust. It's got a couple modifications to it, but it'll be ideal for the buggy project. The whole thing is start with a clean slate. So starting with an unmodified stock floor pan, it's just as if you were doing it back in the day. The shop inspectors aren't totally on board with what my plans are here, but I got a couple ideas. I got a few tricks that should turn it in my favor. There is no time like the present. Let's get back to the shack and start configuring. I've done a bunch of VW dune buggy projects in the past, and I put a spin on each one. They all have a very unique character, and this one will be no exception. They do say that diamonds are a girl's best friend, but I don't think we're at that capacity just yet. If there's one thing I can see, is the diamond in the rough. That's the key in every relationship. It is not forged at the starting moment. It's nurtured, it's built up. It's a refined process based on respect, mutual admiration, and a lot of money. Solid body, solid chassis, time to get to work. First thing on the agenda is the first thing with every dune buggy, chassis, and that is it needs to be shortened. You see how it comes up and over the top? It fits up perfectly here, but when you look at the front, see this part here has to mate with that part here. It's always about a 14-inch chop on these style. You always take it out behind the emergency brake because that's one of the straightest parts in the whole chassis. I'm not 100% as to why dune buggies were created on a shortened floor pan, but I can imagine the turning radius, you know, they'll turn corners a lot tighter when they're shorter, and the shorter wheelbase acts kind of like a Jeep in that it won't high center, won't get caught up between the tires if you're crossing a rock or something. Bottom line is the shorter wheelbase makes it look a lot more like a toy, and that's all thumbs up from me. Kind of like a heart transplant, you get to see all the things. At this point in my career, I've done so many of these projects that shortening a floor pan is kind of like washing the dishes. You know what you got, you know where you're going, and you just go through the process. All right, well, that's the 14.5-inch section. You can see it's very close. What I did is I made this key cut here. So see, the floor pan will overlap the rear. So I got 2 keys. So these will join on the edges, but then the center sheet metal will be a lap joint. This slice and dice was the first step in our buggy creation. And you know there's gonna be a lot more where that came from. It's gonna be awesome. You know, back in the day when the dune buggy craze was really in its prime, you could buy just about everything. It was a real catalog-oriented bolt-on market. So people were building their own stuff, and that's kind of where I'm trying to stay. It's like, well, every catalog built buggy would have certain elements, but mine are unique. I just want to chuck this body on here. That way I can take a look at the front end and see like how the bumper feels. Perfect fit, like it was made that way. You can see with the shortened wheelbase, it's already got that speed buggy feel, you know? You got your rear tire here, you got your front tire here. As per the usual, I like to loosely assemble all the parts just to see what I'm working with. It's gonna be a tube bumper, so I got a piece of tube. How's that sound? I was thinking like it would kind of curve up, just following kind of the line of the buggy. I have a small skid pan in the front. I'm not thinking anything crazy elaborate for this front bumper. You know, I want it to look good, fit with the body, and just protect the underside from the elements. It's cool, I'm just gonna take some right out of the center. This style of joining the tubes is used all the time in a lot of different ways. It just becomes part of the assembly. It's trapped in there and it makes the tube join way stronger. Now, how do we attach it to the car? It's the old welded jack stand technique. That. A method as tried and true as the jack stand itself. That's what I'm looking for. It's not straight down, it's not just bland. This is what I was hoping for, you know? It wasn't a real wild throw of the dice. I just needed something that looked right on the front of the car. So this triangulated structure will be plenty for this car. It's not gonna be doing the Baja 1000. Starting to look a little bit more the part. I think my big issue is the way that the shape of the fiberglass looks with the tube right now, but later when the body's mounted, probably gonna trim it just like that. The last element to the bumper is a skid plate. These fiberglass bodies are pretty weak and the gas tank is right up front, just like the stock Beetle, so the skid plate will protect anything from coming up and piercing that fuel tank. I like to keep it real simple in the Wild West. Just a few simple mounting tabs underneath and this skid plate is ready for some skidding. Now, one cool thing about these screws is they never seem to go in on the first try. Try number 1. Try number 2. 3. It's a good thing the shop inspectors aren't around because this is the exact type of incompetence that they thrive on. It'll just be between us. Let's get one in. There it goes. I look at that bumper and it's gnarly, dude. One big aesthetic with a dune buggy is the exhaust because the engine's exposed. These are kind of old school. They'll shine up, there's no real rust. Kind of like a jet boat look. Makes a cool sound. I got all this cool chrome stuff for the engine. Chrome valve covers, chrome alternator, chrome cylinder tins. I got carburetors, I got pedal assemblies, I got brake hoses. So I'm basically gonna take this pile here, and throw it over there, and there'll be a dune buggy when I'm done. You might not see it yet, but I know I do. So let's get to seeing so you can see what I see. See what I mean? We'll see. Now it looks like a race car, doesn't it? What a difference. I got some tubes mocked up just to look at this bumper idea. You know, I started with some 1.5-inch tube, set up some tabs, and I kind of got an idea of how they're gonna get arranged. So these are gonna come in like that on both sides. Under the engine, you can see 2 more tubes with the same detail. So that's the setup, and it's nothing new. The only thing I'm doing different is making it unique. You know, how do I make something that's not like one you would buy off the shelf? In the way that I fabricate a lot of things, consider it like the first time you walk up a staircase, right? You put one foot, you figure out your balance, and then you step again, right? And the more you climb, the more accomplished you feel. So with these style bumpers, this upper tube is usually perfectly straight. I don't want the bumper coming way out here and then having that thing firing right into it. So I think what I'll do is to match the front, I'll come in with kind of a V design, because I want these two tubes to be parallel on both angles and just go under the exhaust and over. Primary importance, first step is to protect the engine. Second step is have it act like a bumper. Third step, try to make it look cool and see what it could do. One step at a time. It's a pretty straightforward project, and it's another case where these sleeve inserts really streamline the process. So it might be just a bit too wide. Let's see. Whenever I'm making something that I don't know what I'm doing, which is most of the time, I always leave the ends a little bit long, and I creep up on the end result. Looks good in tint. I'd say we weld it. Just like the front end of this buggy, the rear end is the same. I'm gonna triangulate the rear bumper and, of course, add in that skid plate to protect the sump of the engine. That bumper is good to go. Dynamite! I got Tom up to speed on the project, filled him in on all the details. When I was at John's house, I found one more piece that's gonna make this buggy next level. So this is actually a roof for the car.
Oh, wow.
What got me about this, it's almost like a 64 Impala where it's got that little subtle ridge in it. I've never seen a buggy roof like this. This is definitely one-off.
It gives the car attitude.
Yeah, that was the whole thing with this. You know, it's so cool, and that's what John said. He's like, I saw this at the swap meet. I traded a guy a special transaxle for a dune buggy, etc. He's like, I love it too. That's why I'm showing it to you, so you can't have it.
Okay, so you can't have it, but so what are we supposed to do with it?
He's letting me have it, but I can't have it, and he needs it back.
Okay, so wait a minute. You can't have this. It has to go back to him.
That
so that
is
means
correct.
we can't use it.
We can use it, but we can't keep it.
All right.
It's like one of those riddles.
I'm kind of confused. What are we supposed to be doing?
If you step into the lab, all will be revealed. We're off to a perfectly good start. Tom is thoroughly confused, and I'm having a good time. So check out this contraption. Hop on the other side. So I want to make a mold of this thing, so we'll have 2 or 3 roofs. I'm going to mix up plaster and make a hard plaster mold.
Oh.
That way I could steal the shape and I can give him back his original, and I still get to keep one.
I like the way you think, man.
Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Concentrated evil. The more you mess with this, the dirtier it gets. It's like playing with powdered donuts. This is a very hands-on approach and not a spectator sport.
I like that old school technique you're using.
Gotta get all the lumps out.
Get in there and mix it up.
Oh man, this is gonna set way too fast. Yeah, it said 20 minutes, it was more like 1 minute. Mucho bueno. Now we're making progress. It looks like a giant mess. I mean, a nicely shaped mold. We got those edges bulked up. I'm gonna try to just lay this over the top, kind of like syrup. As disheveled as this thing looks, I know there's a history to this process and it's worked out before. All right, so now we take all this burlap and we just start coating it. Slap it.
Dip it and slap it, huh?
That is correct. So just like you got a cast on your leg, it's the same thing. Now all we have to do is let this thing dry and the beauty will be released, like a moth emerging from a cocoon.
Man, you weren't kidding when you said it's gonna make a mess.
And you know what Ed Ross said?
What did he
Big
say?
mess, big success.
Sheesh.
Tom, we've done wrong.
Dude, what happened?
I was here alone, I was feeling ambitious. I put a strap around it, I tried to lift it up on the chain hoist, and when I rotated it to flip it over, every time I moved it, it just came apart more. As soon as I saw that crack the first time, I knew it was game over. That's why it's all crunched up. I balled it up and threw it in the corner. I set it back up and I made a new mold right after that, same day, back
Oh wait,
to back.
this is a mold?
Yeah.
I thought this was the roof.
No, this is the new and improved mold. It's the same concept, but it's fiberglass now.
Oh.
So this is what we're supposed to have with the plaster. So see, you can just lay it upside down, and now you have that perfectly smooth, finished shape. There's your negative of the roof.
Dude, why didn't we just do this to begin with?
Just try to work it as quick as possible. Some may say, you know, Ian, that's a lot of work for such a simple roof, but you know, I want it unique, I want it custom, I want it my own. So I'm just gonna keep on slogging through to get what I need in the end. This is the story of fiberglass laminating. You know, you paint the resin into this mesh, and then you do multiple layers depending on how thick or rigid you want it. I'm probably gonna stop with about 3 layers across the whole thing, and then the edges will be built up to about 5.
Got a really interesting stank.
We got the roof all laid out. We let it set for a full day, and now it's time for the big reveal. All right, man, well, check this out. I got some good news.
All right, I like good news.
And I got some bad news,
Oh no, come on.
as usual.
What happened now?
Well, one thing I didn't tell you about, how hard it was to get the mold off of the roof skin. We used the release oil, but man, is it stuck. Tom has every right to be concerned. Have you taken a look at the guy he's working with? I'd be hesitant. Tom has chosen his weapons. I've got mine. It's time to get in there and start hacking away. The technique here is to just try to remove it as gracefully as possible without damaging it. It usually breaks free. Usually.
I'd really like to avoid doing this a third time.
Same. Damn, my bright ideas.
Corners are definitely a pain in the butt.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like the old saying goes, if it's not working, try a bigger hammer. Here, let me use the little pry bar.
Little pry bar.
Oh! Tommy Nine Fingers.
It's a little one.
You're gonna live. Sorry about that, bro.
That's all right. I'm good.
Release!
Now my hand's stuck.
Oh, really? It's a monster. So you hear creaking, you hear cracking. We're waiting for that big pop. It's about ready, Captain. You're waiting for that release. Aha! Eureka, at last. There she blows.
Woo!
Look, it's another roof. It was a total relief that the thing came apart. Unfortunately, it's not in the best condition.
I don't know, man. I'm actually pretty happy with the results. That's looking pretty cool. I mean,
You know, body work, that'll be a day of just messing around. Let's clear this riffraff aside and get to the fun part. Let's get back to building some cars.
yeah.
It was a little rough coming out of the mold, but I did some patchwork, a little body filler, smoothed it out. It's totally usable, as ugly as it is. There's a lot of complicated ways you could create this hinge mechanism system, but out here in the Wild West, I go for the straight ahead approach. Real simple, you got a hole there, you got a hole there. That bracket just bolts in. Part of the way this roof was designed and my mold wasn't even set up to fit on this car. I always figured I'd have to do some adjustments later, so this metal bracket inside allows me to both rigidize it and to make the panels line up with the body lines. Seems like a simple task, but without this metal structure, it just wasn't gonna fit, so it's like a dual purpose win. Voila! See, now that's parallel, as it should be. So the idea is you don't have to crawl through these holes. You just approach the vehicle, lift her up. You got all the room in the world. You can just come across. So Honest Ian's Mediocre Upholstery is back in business. When mediocre is just good enough, call us. My goal to create this soft top is to first put a layer of foam over the fiberglass and then cover that with vinyl to achieve that soft top look. Seems like a simple task, right? The worst thing you want to see is as you're driving, this vinyl's like flapping in the wind. So that's the chief element here, is to try to keep it stretched taut so that it looks good in hot and cold weather. That worked. Surprise, surprise. With all the different colors and whatnot, it looked like it was really, really uneven, but you can see with this stretched over, works perfect. Picked up some white vinyl to finish off the roof, but the story doesn't end there. You can clearly see one is longer than the other. I assumed that the vinyl was the same length as the foam, and apparently that's not the case. It just might make it. This is it laid out. You can see. One of the issues with Honest Ian's upholstery is that we don't have much of a stock. In fact, this is our entire surplus. So it comes down to the fact of we gotta make it happen with what we got. All right, I don't know how else to do this except just do it. It seems like it's gonna look okay. Looking at it, I think I may be able to just make the corner, just get a grab if I can just stretch a little more material. Nope. I have to come up with some kind of creative solution. I'm sure every do-it-yourselfer at home has faced the same thing, whether you're putting in flooring or painting a wall, you get right to the end of it and it's like, ooh, I'm out of material. The show must go on. The big thing here was if I got a wrinkle in the center of this, there was no way around it, so I really paid attention to the center. I just got away with it. But all in all, that's a good look. Talk about putting lipstick on a pig, watch me go. Next up is the paint, and that will offer me some time to consider my creative solution for this roof issue. I like that, it's like an arrow. So what if the graphic not only was on the hood, what if this line came all the way through like that, but then it continued back here. So it's like it came through the whole car.
Yeah, no, that is really cool. The way it comes down, shoots all the way to the back.
This got kind of like that, Wonder Woman, kind of 70s, kind of pops off of the surface. You think about, the t-shirt styles in the 70s or like the tube socks with this, very simple lines on them. We're trying to translate that flavor into this. Yellow's her favorite color, so I mixed up this paint. I know she's gonna like it.
Very 70s.
That's what I was thinking.
Very 70s, I love it.
That with a little flake on top of it, I think it'll look mellow, and then in the sun, it'll have a lot of action,
Mm-hmm.
Let's mellow it out even more. Oh yeah, look at that. That just went to custard.
That's a mellow yellow. Nice.
It looks like we have a perfectly loose plan. I'm gonna let Alan do his thing. Make Jamie happy. Make her proud of me.
Yeah, definitely.
I think this dune buggy's wrapped up. First and foremost, shakedown run. Desert hills, you run this thing and see what falls off. The terrain around this area is pretty unique. It's not like sand dunes. That's why I chose the tires I did, because this thing, it's like a little tank. The short wheelbase, and when you put big tires on them, they bounce around. Watching them go is only half as fun as actually being in a driver's seat. Alan was a huge help on this paint work. It's very simple, but there's a couple details in there with the metal flake that really makes it count. Now it really hits home. Like, why the heck was this guy building a wedding gift that's a weird old dune buggy, right? Now you can see, got a lot of trails, like hundreds of miles of trails when you go out touring. I gotta say, I hate to be selfish. I love this car. I hope she does too. So, for the lady that has everything, like what could a man like me possibly offer? And all of the ruminating has led up to this.
Oh my God. Is that a dune buggy?
Yes, thought you might like one of these.
I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's basically a Volkswagen, it's a stick shift, but it can go anywhere, all around here.
Oh, I know how to drive stick shift.
Right. I gotta say, this is why we got married. She's thrilled. Sometimes I could impress people, and she's one of those people.
It's perfect.
It's got some Mustang taillights. It's got a
love
Volkswagen engine.
it.
It's got the metal flake paint job.
Is that glitter?
Oh yes, it's got the glitter.
I was genuinely surprised. It's beautiful. It's so cute, and it just looks like me. Like you picked it out for me. He knew that it would be perfect.
authentic 70s antenna on a spring.
It's like totally like a 70s vibe.
Oh yeah, it's fully legit 70s funkadelic machine. You know, I thought about this a lot. I thought about the colors, I thought about the comfort, you know, the way the paint was laid out. You know, I want to personalize it. I know her style. Seems like it was a good choice.
It's kind of like a Wonder Woman-y, like vibey.
I was thinking about
kind of
that
like
type
look.
of thing.
Yes.
Like it's got a flavor. When you look at the car, like what's it make you feel like? Let's rock.
Right. This is definitely a wedding present. I would have never expected it.